Ready to go? Welcome! Thank you for joining me today on this live video, and I'm going to share with you the one product that made me millions. That's right. I'm going to make the product in front of you and I'm going to give you the recipe. Boom! Check this out. It's the Mexican cheese dip. Hi, my name is Maggie. I'm a business strategist. I was once homeless and I started a company with $800 that later sold with Garden Fresh to Campbell Soup for $231 million. And today I'm going to share with you the recipe that sold me millions of dollars. And here it is, Mexican cheese dip. Come over here, I'm going to show you the ingredients. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do two versions of this cheese dip, Mexican cheese dip. One's going to be vegan because I recently turned vegan. And one's going to be the traditional Mexican cheese dip. These are the ingredients. So for the cheese dip, we have simple white American cheese dip. And it's usually called Easy Melt. And for milk, we're going to use 2% milk. And what I use for manufacturing my products, I actually use 2% because I had a lot of people telling me, I have lonjas, I have fats, you know, I don't want to eat too much fatty food. So if you want to make it extra creamy and extra delicious, you can use this type of milk, which is this is the whole milk. And simple as that, white American Easy Melt cheese. So what I'm going to tell you about the white American Easy Melt cheese is that when I made this product, I actually ordered it from different manufacturers and figured out which cheese would work better for my salsa making production. And I'll tell you more a little bit about it. But first, I want to introduce you my special guest, my nephew Matthew. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi like this. Hi. Get excited. He's gonna help us cook. He's gonna help us make this cheese dip, and then he's gonna help us what?
Taste it.
Yes. And another thing I want to show you. Check this out. I'm wearing my what do you call them? Mermaid chanclas, just for you today. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're using the white American cheese dip for the cheese dip, the traditional cheese dip. And I did some research online. We're gonna try this. I've never ever tried vegan cheese dip. So I did some research online, and this one right here is called smoked Gouda. Sounds like Gouda, like karate thing, right? But I learned that it had about a 90.8% comparable and how it melts with American cheese. So we're gonna try that. And for the milk, for the vegan cheese, we're gonna try almond milk, right? The only other ingredient that we have here is, Matthew, show them, La Costeña jalapeno peppers. So we got it, okay? You got it? Mm-hmm. And so basically what we have here is, the reason I choose this type of jalapeno is because you see it's in rajas. And when it comes in rajas, I don't have to, like, that means, how do you say rajas?
Sliced.
It's sliced, it's already cut. And I don't have to worry about taking, you know, the stems or anything out. And so what we have is that I love this product because it comes with carrots, onions, adobo, stuff like that. When I open this, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So come over here and I'm going to show you this. Jalapeno sliced. And this is the reason why I love this pepper. And see at the top, it's got all the peppers, but when emptying it, it should have, see this? And it's got the carrots, the onions, all this stuff. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna use a little chopper, kind of like the little chopper that I ever first bought with my $800 to cut this product. And we're gonna cut it right here. Matthew, can you get rid of this for me? And the reason I wanted to show you this container, which is larger, is because when you buy the larger container, you get more of the onions and the carrots and all this stuff. So if you want to do a big batch, you can do that. So what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what we have. I'm going to show you the recipe. You ready? So the rule of thumb and how I do this recipe is you use 80% of cheese dip and then you use about 20% milk. Now, the difference between what cheese you pick and what's more successful for you, every cheese type has different type of water content. So you kind of have to look at that and see how it works for you. So what we did here is we got the Gouda cheese already cut in little pieces, and we have the white American cheese cut in little pieces. And so what we did is we went ahead and measured these out. And so for the traditional American cheese, we have about 27.80 ounces of it, which is this one. And for the vegan cheese, we have about 21.48. And my husband, Owen, the genius, came up with how many ounces we need for each of the milk. So this is basically 80-20. So what we're gonna do, because we're working with a cheese that we don't know exactly if it's gonna work 80% to 20% ratio, we're going to start melting the cheese. Matthew, let's get started here. I'm gonna turn these on. And what we're gonna do is we're going to put the cheese dip. This is gonna be the vegan one, and this is gonna be the traditional one. So Matthew, you wanna bring the cheese dip and put the vegan one here? That's the vegan one. Yes. Yes, thank you. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and again, this might be a total fail because I've never done vegan cheese dip, but we're gonna try it, okay? So we have everything here. Thank you, Matthew, for helping me. And then we're gonna take the American cheese and we're going to put it in here. Matthew, help me. Gently. Thank you. You're going, it's a lot of cheese, right? That's right. So people I used to go to Sam's Club, right? And when I started my company, and I would buy a bunch of milk and a lot of milk. And people would ask me in West Virginia, do you need a cow? And I would tell them, well, can I use yours? Right? So let's see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions, any comments? No? Okay, everybody
Yes,
good?
comments.
Comments?
Amy says, hi, Maggie and Matthew.
Hi, Amy.
And also she says, you are amazing.
Thank you, Amy.
And then Mariana is also there. She says, hi, cuties.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want to ask the audience a question. How many of you guys have bought Maggie's cheese dips or Maggie's salsas? Do we have any answers? Anybody? If you come in here and look at this, I want to know how many of you guys have bought the product. Please comment. And I also want to know where you bought the product. If it was in Walmart, Kroger's. So we're going to keep this spoon for the traditional. Matthew, you want to give it a quick stir for the vegan? Just make sure that you give it a nice little stir. And so what we're doing right now is going through the process of melting it. And I'm just going to tell you something. People used to ask me for the recipe. And, hey, can you give me the recipe? I love it so much, I just want to make it for myself. And what I used to say is I used to tell them, where do you live? But not anymore, right? I'm going to share this recipe because I'm going to show you how simple it is and how easy it is to take something like this from kitchen to market. And it's all about strategy. It's all about, I figured out the strategies, how I needed to market my product. I figured out how to tell the story, tell my story.
Art Camacho says, so awesome.
Thank you, Art. Thank you for being with
Diane
us.
Hopes, she says, me quite a while ago from Sam's.
Somebody bought the product from Sam's. Awesome. Who was that?
That was Diane Hopes.
Hi, Diane. How are you?
And then Stephanie Austin, she says, so good. I'm so happy you're sharing the recipe.
Awesome. Stephanie, did you used to work with me? Did you used to make products with me? Did she? Ask her. So what we're doing is we actually have to take this sort of like a slow melt, because if you can tell here, it's starting to burn in the bottom. And by the way, this burnt part in the bottom of the dish is actually the best part because it's so tasty. But what we're doing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to lower it all the way down. Matthew, I'm going to lower yours down. Thank you so much for helping me. You're awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to measure the milk for the traditional first. And let's come over here. Can you tell me, Matthew, how many ounces for the traditional milk that we have?
Lisa Moroso says, hello.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for watching. So for the traditional, Okay, let's see. For the traditional, we have 34.7. What is it?
It's written.
It's written. All right. Well,
It's on your
here,
paper.
we're gonna do it by ear, but it's basically 80-20. So if that was about, let's see, American cheese 27. Let's say about. We're gonna start here. We're gonna start adding the milk. You get the point. Okay. So we're gonna start adding a little bit of milk. And one thing to keep in mind is that as you cook this product, the more you cook it, the more it's gonna absorb the moisture of the milk. So feel free to add a little bit of milk. And right now it looks kind of runny. But not to worry, because it's going to all come together. So I'm just doing it by eye here, because I made this a gazillion times. And to the vegan right here, we're gonna go ahead. I hope the vegan works. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of almond milk. Matthew, you can go ahead and keep stirring. And right now we have the cheese dip on low. And as you continue to stir it, it's going to start having a sort of like a fluidity to it. Okay? So we have this. See how it's kind of changing a little bit? It's starting to do something here. What I'm gonna do, you don't want it too runny. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. And we're gonna move over to Matthew, to the vegan one, and let's see what we got going on, Matthew. Thank you so much. So, let me tell you what's in this vegan cheese dip. And I'm doing it because I'm vegan, correct? So let's take a look at, I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. There you go. And basically the Gouda cheese, let's look at the ingredients. It's got filtered water, coconut oil, potato and starch, more potato starch, sea salt, and smoke flavor. So we're basically eating a potato, are we? We're eating a potato on the vegan cheese dip. So this is what we got going on. It's still on low, and you have to take your time with this. Yeah, are we still streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome.
Yeah, but I can't, for some reason I can't see the messages anymore.
You can refresh it. Yeah. So see how it's
No,
coming?
It's not that, it's the complete, the video that I was looking about you, it's not here anymore.
Okay. Agárrate en tu teléfono y a ver si ves por medio del live stream. So I'm speaking Spanish. I might speak Spanglish, right? Because that's what I got. So see how it's kind of getting a different consistency. And if you pour a little bit too much milk, don't worry, because it's going to get better and better. And it's going to continue to melt. I hope, here Matthew, you can go ahead with that. And look at this cheese dip.
It smells so good too.
It does?
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to try it.
Can I try that?
Any other comments, questions?
Yes, Trish Merritt says, I'm so excited. And Stephanie Austin, I am from Christ Fellowship. We used to play basketball when we would visit from Florida.
Oh, awesome. I remember you.
And Julia Berengosa Alex, she says, I miss my Maggie salsa.
Thank you, Julia.
Louis McGowan. Hi to Maggie from California.
Hi, Luis. Luis. ¿Cómo estás? Look at this cheese dip consistency. Look at that.
Bena Johnson says, hi, Maggie and Mateo.
Hi, Bina. How are you doing? So look at this nice cheese dip consistency. You see that?
And Melanie Ford says, yum, hello from a former teammate. You're always
Hi, Melanie. We used to play basketball.
sharing and helping others.
Yes, we used to play basketball together.
And then Trish Mary, she's asking, what is the non-vegan cheese dip?
It's called Gouda cheese. And according to Google, it's got about 9.8 results in how well it melts. This was one of the top cheeses that I got. So that's the Gouda cheese. So what we're gonna do, because I have a really nice consistency going here with the Mexican cheese dip, that's the consistency that you want. And let's look at what Matthew's got going on. We're eating potatoes.
Looks like mashed potatoes.
Look like mashed potatoes.
Looks like
So we
mac
get-
and cheese.
Yeah, we got it on low. The next thing that we're gonna
Turn it
do,
up.
yeah, just take it nice strokes, like it's your baby. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these jalapenos, and we're gonna put them on this chopper right here. And we're gonna just chop it to a consistency. And one of the things that I wanna tell you about this jalapeno is that the bigger the chunks are, the more spicier the cheese dip will be. The more you liquefy it, the less spicy it can be. But again, whatever spiciness you prefer, that's what you need to put on this. And there's different other kinds of peppers that you can use. I've used La Morena, which are super, super amazing. When you do this pepper, you always want to use everything. You want to use a whole container because it's got the right balance of jalapeno juice. It's got the right balance of onions and all the other ingredients. So we're going to take this. I'm going to take this on low, and we're going to get it small pieces here. We're going to add a little bit of
Lisa Liverman, she says, come cook for us.
I'm on my way.
And Mariana is asking, how did you come up with this cheese dip recipe?
So Mariana's asking how I came up with this cheese dip recipe. You're not going to believe it. Google. I literally did a search on Google and I found a cheese dip recipe. But the reason I did that is because I knew how much American people love cheese dip, and I was trying to figure out, okay, I got a cheese dip recipe, and just tweak it a little bit and figure out how to make it go to market. The thing with this cheese dip though is that the biggest question that you ask yourself is how can you make this product and make it successful? And it's very simple. You create something that is so good that people love, and you test it. You put it out there to see if people try it and like it. We bought some cheese dip not too long ago. I'm sorry, some queso. Owen we went to Walmart, bought some queso, made it. He took it to work, and he got like 5 orders. And I told him that's exactly how this started. But it's not only that. You have to have a great product that people love, and you have to have the strategies. Matthew's smelling the cheese dip. You have to have the strategies to know how to take it from where you are to where you want to be. Which is something that is so important that people miss in business. You have to have a strategy. You have to know the gap of where you are, the numbers, what they are, all the cost of goods, everything. And it's not only with cheese dip, it's with all kinds of products in the market. Check out Matthew's cheese dip over here.
Rachel Johnson says, hola mis amigos.
Hola!
And Trish Merritt, she's asking, what all are you using for the Mexican dip, for the Mexican cheese dip?
So Trish, we talked about this in the beginning, but we got white American easy melt cheese over here, right here. We got whole milk for the traditional, and we have jalapenos, which is la costeña jalapenos, right here. And these come with onions, carrots, juices, spices, all kinds of stuff. Right now we're mixing our jalapeno, which we're going to add just a little bit to the cheese dip. Look at Matthew's cheese dip.
And Lisa Liverman, what are they marinated in? The jalapenos.
Jalapenos is basically some vinegars that they have here. I'm going to read you the ingredients. For the jalapenos, we have jalapeno peppers, water, vinegar, carrots, onions, salt, and a little bit of oil and spices. That's all it is. It's very, very simple. So after we're liquefying this a little bit, what we're going to do, my traditional cheese dip, which was the #2 seller of all my products, had a little bit of this jalapeno. And what we're going to do is, once this is looking really, really good, look at that. Matthew, go like this. Show them how yours is melting. Whoa, you're getting there. So what we're gonna do is we're going to transfer, actually we're gonna put, fair warning, if you're gonna put jalapeno in your cheese dip, try it little by little until you get what you like. and my thing is stuck. So what you do is you take these, look at these jalapenos. See how they're really small cut, and the finer they are, the less spicier they'll be. So I'm just gonna put a little bit like that. Okay.
Mariana is asking, what was the biggest challenge you faced in growing your business?
Mariana's asking what was the biggest challenge in growing my business. The biggest challenge was when, I had many challenges, but the biggest one was when Walmart asked me to supply their company. And I had to grow from very few employees to hundreds of them. And we actually had production 24 hours a day. I bought a little bed that I slept in my office, and whenever my team needed me, I would come down and help them out. So I think that was the biggest challenge, which is a great challenge to have because it's a challenge of growth, of growing. And so if you take a look at this, we have the little pieces of jalapeno in there. This is really a really mild one. Matthew's got a question. What's your question, Matthew?
It looks like slime.
Yes.
So
It
gooey.
does.
It looks so gooey.
Lisa Liverman, she's asking, how do you turn your recipes into a business?
So Lisa's asking, how do you turn your recipes into a business? You figure out what people want. You figure out what people like. And you basically do that by doing testing. You go to markets, you sell your products, and it really goes by word of mouth. You can tell if people like them. You can try different things. And then you start the process of how can I take my product from my kitchen to market, and how do I do those numbers? And it all comes back to having a strategy of, distribution minus, brokerage fees, minus cost of goods, minus actual each individual ingredients, all those different things. And it's the same thing that I do that I can help you do if you have a business, and it doesn't have to be a food business. It's basically the same principle, and it really helps you to strategize of all the little elements, because I'm going to tell you one thing, it's all in the pennies. If I was sold 500 containers in a week, right? And if I could get my containers for 3 pennies less, do the math. How much money is that? So it's really about strategizing. And I had a company, I was helping a barbecue sauce company, and he made his first million because he was using a glass container, and I helped him get a PVA-free plastic container. He saved $1 on each container, and he was able to scale his business from, a couple $100,000 to over $1 million. So here's what we got. And Matthew's got a question. What's your question, Matthew?
Can you also put different kind of stuff in here?
Matthew's asking, can you put all kinds of different kind of stuff in here? And I said, yes. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Do you believe that? Can you put anything on cheese dip? Yes. What can you use it for? You can use it for, you can put it in meat, ground meat. You can put it in
Broccoli.
Broccoli. You can put it, what else?
Celery.
Celery. You can put it on
Carrots.
Carrots. What else? Pasta. You can do it on pasta. And guess what? I'm going to show you something really cool.
Celery.
Yes, of course. I'm going to show you something really cool that I did with my cheese, and I had to keep quiet with my team members because I didn't want them drinking all my beer. So you can make beer cheese dip. And I'm going to show you what we have here. Let's make sure it's all on low. We have Sweet Baby Jesus. And so you can use beer. You can use, believe it or not, you could use a white wine. You could use tequila. This is my favorite tequila for cheese dip. It's Casamigos Mezcal. The reason I love Mezcal is because Mezcal has a very smoky flavor. And what happens is that when you put this on the cheese dip, you're not going to get drunk. So it's safe for your children and everybody in your world. So what happens is it gives you that really nice smoky taste. The same with the beer. You get stuck with the flavor because the alcohol ends up evaporating. And my favorite tequila, Casa Dragones, don't use this. This is $300 a bottle. I think we've drank over 150 already. But no, don't use that one. The other thing that I love for our cheese dips is using like a dry pepper mix. This is my favorite dry pepper mix ever, and I actually did cheese dips with this. I mean, you can take one product like this. You can take one product in your company, whatever product it is, and add something to make it different, make it creative, and you can add something like this and a totally different flavor. Chile morita is my favorite pepper in the whole world. Is it for you, Owen?
Absolutely.
Yes. Soli?
Oh,
Yes?
absolutely.
Questions?
Yes, well, comments and questions. Desiree Elizabeth, she says, this is my most favorite queso. And then Trish is also asking, where do I find the info for bridging the gap and taking my product to the marketplace like you did?
You can join me tomorrow. I'm having a webinar, and I'm going to continue to have these webinars live. It's called the 7 Proven Secrets to 7 Figures for Successful Entrepreneurs. Well, I'm going to show you the tips, tricks, and strategies to help you grow your business right now. And it's basically, I'm going to be holding your hand. Why can I do this? Because I've been there. I've done that. And I've started something from nothing to something really big, right? So let's go back to chile morita. Chile morita, if you've never had it, if you've never tried it, buy it, try it. Oh my gosh, the flavors of this, the smell, the taste, it's a combination of hot and sweet. It's basically this pepper right here. I'm gonna show it to you. Owen did some research, and it's basically a jalapeno. They call it morita. Oh my God. And it's a jalapeno, but it's dried. And what you do with it, you can make your own chile morita. What you do with it is you cook it in oil or saute it in vegetable stock if you don't want oils. And you just pull all the flavors out, and then you put it in a little machine like this, and you have, voila, your chile morita. And what I do is I put the chile morita in here. The color, the texture, everything changes. So for now, I'm going to have my nephew try the traditional cheese dip. Oh, okay, what are you doing?
Ashley says, fabulous ideas.
Yes.
And then Desiree Elizabeth says, I need more Maggies. Nowhere around here sells it anymore.
Yes, unfortunately, when I sold my company, I'm not sure what they're doing with the products, but you have an opportunity of a lifetime right now to take a product like this, make it your own. Heck, you can sell this product, you know? People love this kind of stuff. Figure out what people like, people love, and make it a success. And this is what we have to do. Look at this vegan cheese dip.
Leah Divine. I love seeing how you have grown your business and you over the years, Maggie. Abrazos desde West Virginia.
Abrazos para ti también, mi amiga. So here's what we're gonna do. We have 2 types of chips. We're gonna do the traditional corn tortilla, and we are also gonna use a grain-free tortilla.
So,
I'm speaking Spanglish, by the way. And this is basically a bean chip. It's more better for you, I guess. Corn is good, but I'm gonna have Matthew try it, and I want you to turn to the camera, and I want you to, I'm not gonna try this because I'm vegan, and I want you to tell me which one do you like the best.
but you can try this.
And right now we're going to find out if the vegan potato cheese dip is a big fail or if it's a big win. All right, Matthew, grab your chip.
I might like both of
Trish
them.
wants to know what time is the webinar.
The webinar is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's a link. My sister Sully is going to put it in the comments below. Matthew, this is how you eat a cheese dip. You go like that, and you turn it around. Look at that. And make sure that it's not hot. I just ate non-vegan cheese dip. Try it. And Matthew doesn't like spicy stuff, so this has just a little bit of jalapeno. What do you think? You like it? Mm-hmm. Tell him, is it good?
Mm-hmm.
How good is it?
It tastes like,
What does it taste like?
the taste is really good.
Uh-huh.
It's not spicy.
It's not spicy, right? Because we didn't put a lot of jalapenos. What else? Anything that comes to mind? Are you ready to try the...
It tastes like something I ate before.
Yeah, good. It's because I made it before for you. So now we're going to take this. We're going to take a chip. Grab your chip. And you're going to try the vegan. Remember how I showed you how to scoop the cheese dip? Go like that. Look at that. That's vegan cheese dip.
Liz Ponce says, hello, Maggie.
Hola, Liz. How are you? Matthew,
That was good.
that was good. Okay, we're going to try the vegan kind.
I'm good too.
That's good? I'm ready to try the vegan cheese dip. If Matthew says it's good, I believe him. Let's see here.
Good, right?
Ooh. I think we burnt it a little bit, but it's really good.
I'll take some more.
Wow, you want to eat more of that?
Yeah.
Wow, that means we got success with the cheese dip. Yay! Again, the way the recipe works, you get about 80% cheese, 20% milk, a little bit of spices. You can use chile morita. I'm going to show you very quickly what chile morita would look like with cheese dip. I'm going to put some cheese dip here. Any other questions coming in?
No, Trish says, awesome, thanks. Dave and I will both be watching. By the way, he says hello.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Lena Johnson Ryan says, I missed the beginning of the
It will
video.
be up. This video will only be up for a limited time, so please, please, please take this time to share, comment, tag a friend. Make sure anybody that you know sees it, because this recipe, well, you have it now, but I want you to share it with the world just like I'm sharing with you. We're going to take this little bit of cheese dip. Be sure to follow us on social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, of course, Facebook, Instagram. My sister's going to post the links in the comments below. Look at this chile morita. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. And the really, really amazing thing about chile morita, it's really not spicy. And I want you to take this and show you how the flavors will explode. See how it's going to change the cheese dip a little bit? It's going to turn it into a little bit of a different color.
It looks like hot sauce.
It looks like hot sauce. It's got the oils and all that stuff. And see this right here, because we've had it setting for a little bit, it's become a little bit thick. And it's been on the fire. See this right here, you want it a little bit more runny than that. Okay? So anytime you set up a cheese dip on the fire too long, it's going to get a little bit harder. Is it good? Yeah, good. Awesome. Maybe I should start selling that vegan cheese dip. Don't take that recipe.
Lisa Amoroso says, Matthew is adorable.
Awesome. So that's basically what it is. You can do any types of cheese dips. You can use beer. We got Sweet Baby Jesus over here. we have mezcal, which is really good because it brings out the smoky flavor on the cheese dip. Oh my gosh, if you try that, you know, it's just gonna blow your mind. But see how simple it is. You can take a product with 3 ingredients. 3 ingredients, that's all it is, 3 ingredients. And make something huge, make something so successful. We got another question.
Yes, Trish is asking, where did you get that? I believe, what was the last thing that you were showing? The chile morita?
The chile morita? The chile morita is from Mexico, but you can get it on Amazon. It's called Don Emilio's salsa macha. This right here, forget about the whole world after that. You taste this, I'm telling you. My sister Lucia from Florida, Palm Beach, tried it. Her and her husband, I gave her a huge container. Just 1 week, it was gone. Gone. Because you can put it in all kinds of stuff. But when you have something like a white queso dip, vegan or non, and you put just 3 ingredients, and maybe you can add a couple of other different things, it's going to make it so amazing, so tasty. Look at this guy right here. Look at which one wins, Matthew? This one wins? Really? Wow.
Oh, new product.
Yeah,
Got
this
a
new
new product.
product. New product to market right here. It actually looks pretty good. Looks like it still has a couple of chunks there that need still to be melted.
But it still tastes good.
It still tastes good now.
Tastes
Now don't eat all my cheese dip now. Don't eat all my cheese. So this is what I have. If you haven't yet, go get a copy of my book on Amazon. And I would love to have you on my webinar tomorrow. 7 proven secrets to 7 figures for successful entrepreneurs. Whether you are a small business, a big business, you're starting out, or you just want a product, take a product to market, you're going to receive so many insights, so many amazing things that are going to help you get to from where you are right now to where you want to be. Do we have any other questions, any other comments?
No, Trish just said thanks, and actually, yeah, there's more comments coming in. Julia Benencosa, she says, I have it on Kindle. Trish says, we get asked all the time for vegan items. This is gonna be a game changer for us. You're so awesome.
Yes. So we got one vegan in the chat. Who else is vegan? Who else is vegan in the chat? So this is amazing. I'm so happy to be able to share this cheese dip with you. To be honest with you, I have no idea what we're gonna do with this. So if we have anybody that's in this live call right now.
I can eat that.
Oh, he can eat it. Don't worry about it. Never mind. I was gonna give it away, but he can eat it all.
I can eat this and this.
There's another question from Pamela J. Goodwin. She says, when is your cookbook coming out?
That's it. Owen's like, well, when is it gonna come out? I've had so many people ask me this question. When is my cookbook gonna come out? And we've been so creative. I think this is something that we're gonna really seriously gonna start considering to doing a cookbook. Owen's like, he wants me to go back into the food business. I just want to help you entrepreneurs become successful, make millions, just like I did, right?
It's so good.
I feel like I can make a greater impact if I can help other individuals to get to where they want to be. They are in a place that I was, that I asked for help and I couldn't get help. Nobody would help me. And so if you're in that spot, you're not alone. I'm here for you, and I can help you take the next steps, the necessary strategies to build your business to make it successful. But think about it. A product like this does impact the world, because I was in 38 states and millions of people tried my products all over it. For me, the blessing was they get to try something that they love, that they put in their mouth, that they absolutely can enjoy. And that's life-changing for me. I get to touch somebody's life. But right now, I'm touching people's lives by helping them grow their products in a greater scale, which is something that I absolutely, it's my passion. It's my why, my bigger why. In my online program that I teach, I talk about rediscovering your why and unleashing your inner hero. And it's a big part of, having fulfillment in life, because you have to know your why. If you live without really understanding your why, you're not going to find fulfillment in life. It's not all about money. As you can see, I'm adding a little bit of milk because it's drying up a little bit, so you can do the same thing. Huh? Yeah, you can put some milk. How about put a little bit of milk here? Don't be shy, Matthew. You can.
The silk?
Yeah, this is going to be the silk.
So Trish says, we are all eagerly waiting. And then Julia Benencosa says, yay, I want the cookbook, but I can't eat vegan. So be sure it has options for both ways.
Okay, that sounds great. Yes, you can just pour a little bit at a time, remember? Just a little bit at a time. That's perfect. And you can just take the spatula and let me take this out of the
Why
way.
do they call it a spatula?
Is it called a spatula? Yes, spatula. Wooden spatula. And you just mix it a little bit. It sounds like Matthew's not only going to eat this cheese dip, but he might eat that cheese dip too.
I might just eat all of it.
So try this recipe. Can you believe it? I found it on Google. And all I did was tweak it a little bit. Now my salsa recipe was different. My salsa recipe did come from my origins in Mexico. There's no other secret to my salsa recipe other than the secret ingredient that I made, that I put in it. You want more milk, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to put more milk.
Make sure you put it from this side and put it very, very slowly. With a lot of care. Sully, do you want a chip? That's good?
No, not right now.
Okay.
You should eat one.
So just to get things up, this is what the cheese dip is. And please comment, share, tag a friend, anybody that has a product or service. It doesn't have to be food. It's as simple as this, guys. Come on. I mean, simple as this, right? Makes a difference when you can take something and figure out what people really, really want in life, and then have a strategy to scale that and take it to the whole world, the whole country. And this is what the cheese dip is. And this is now the cheese dip with the chile morita. It's thickened up a little bit, see, because we had it here for too long. But what I do with something like this, even after you have it in the refrigerator, you can put it back in the pan, add a little bit of milk, and it'll have this consistency. And again, you can add your favorite beer, your favorite tequila, your favorite dry pepper sauce. You can put it on meat, ground beef. You can put it on pasta. You can put it on anything that you want. You can dip on it.
So good.
So here's what we have. So any more questions before we close? Any more questions?
Lisa Moroso just mentioned developing network for vegans so people can understand exactly what it is to be vegan and how to prepare meals and snacks.
That's a great idea, Lisa. Thank you. I work with Lisa a little bit in West Virginia. Lisa is such an amazing woman. She started a company making organic, all-natural treats for dogs. And she's got such a tremendous, awesome energy. And I'm so thankful that I got to work with her in helping her grow her business. Lisa, I love you, miss you. We need to catch up. So this is what we have. How much time do we have right now? How long have we been live?
We've been live for 40 minutes.
40 minutes, guys. This is it. We're gonna wrap it up. Just remember that I started from being homeless to somebody giving me $800 to taking this product and selling it with Garden Fresh for $231 million. You guys can do it too. Just figure out what the product it is that you love and take it. Learn how to take it from origin to market, from kitchen to market, from your warehouse to market. But you have to know the right strategies, and I can teach you that. I can show you the way. I can hold your hand because I've been there, done that. And this is such a great opportunity to start thinking about change, to rediscovering your purpose because of the things that are happening right now, especially with COVID and all these things. Right now is the time to take action, to pivot, to start something new, maybe reinvent your products. You know, I had a product with salsa, with guacamole and salsa. And I thought, what can I do? What can I do to reinvent this product and make it so that people will love it? And I came up with guaca salsa. And so what I did is, I mashed avocados and I put it in the bottom of the container. And on top of the avocado, I just put pico de gallo. And what happens with that? Right, inventive, something new, something that's never been done. And let me tell you, trends that are inventive and new and people love, people copy. I was copied a month later by another company, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm a trendsetter. You need to be a trendsetter. And so all they did with the guaca salsa is take the guacamole with the salsa on top of it and stir it, and they have guacamole. Or they could eat it by parts or however they want. So think about what can you do right now if you're struggling in business, if you feel overwhelmed and alone. You're not alone because you have me, and I've been there. I've done the things that you want to do, and I can help you take your business to the next level. Thank you for being a part of this video. This video is only going to be here for a limited time, so make sure you share it, you tag it. Clover wants some family attention, and please put some clappy hands and emojis for the team here. We have Matthew. Matthew, which one's the winner? The potato cheese dip.
Vegan.
The vegan cheese dip is the winner. Special thanks to my husband Owen, who's behind the camera, who's been giving all kinds of gestures. You should do a cookbook. Why not? You know, morita, yes. Tequila, yes. He's been, you know, and your cheese dip. Special thanks to my sister Sully, who's been reading the comments, and I've been able to answer questions. Look, she wants to say hi. Thank you so much, Sully. Special thanks to all of our dogs, Clover, Shy, and Mika, who have done nothing but just moan right now. So thank you so much, guys. And you guys, I hope I see you tomorrow, 7:30, on my webinar, 7 Proven Secrets to 7 Figures for Successful Entrepreneurs. Even if you don't have a business established, you'll get a bunch of valuable information that you can use for your personal life, for your business, for anything else that you have going on in your life. See you there. If it's not tomorrow, I'm going to have more webinars in the future and that will let you know about. And thank you so much. And you have a great day.